Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today, we're talking about a review of President Trump's tax dealings, so-called skinny healthcare, and Amazon's new minimum wage, plus the future of travel and the oldest person to win a Nobel Prize. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd. You ready? Let's do this. There's a new investigation involving President Trump and claims of some shady tax dealings. The New York State Tax Department told CNBC it's now launched a review into allegations made in a New York Times article. The Times reporters have apparently been investigating this for more than a year and reviewing confidential tax returns and financial records. In it, the Times says they found President Trump participated in tax schemes during the 90s, including, quote, outright fraud. That basically meant he got a lot more money from his parents than he says he did. President Trump's lawyer calls the report, quote, 100% false and highly defamatory, adding that there was no tax evasion by anyone. He also said Trump wasn't really involved in tax stuff over the years, that he delegated it to relatives and tax professionals. Expect to hear a lot more about this one. So first, everyone is okay. But CNN reports 2 envelopes sent to the Pentagon and an envelope sent to the president are suspected of containing the poison ricin, which can be deadly. None of the envelopes actually made it to either the Pentagon or the White House, and the mail facility at least 2 of them went to was under quarantine. Now, the FBI is investigating. A new option for health insurance is now available. It's been called skinny or short-term health insurance, and starting this week, it's officially on the market. The Trump administration has been pushing for this to give people more insurance options. So the pros? These new plans are meant for people who don't already get health insurance through their jobs, and they want a cheaper alternative to what's available now. The premiums will likely cost a lot less. The cons? Consumer Reports says they come with a lot less coverage. They likely don't cover pre-existing conditions or other things like maternity leave and mental health services. And deductibles, the amount you pay before insurance kicks in, can be really high. The time for people to choose or change health plans is coming up. It kicks off November 1st. Some of the Southwest is getting hit hard with a lot of rain that'll keep coming over the next couple of days. From Arizona to Utah, there's a risk of flash flooding and possible landslides in the mountain areas. USA Today reports it's the remnants of Tropical Storm Rosa, which drenched parts of northwestern Mexico earlier this week. And in Indonesia, the death toll from last week's earthquake and tsunami is up again, now to at least 1,347. The BBC says aid supplies are starting to arrive in areas where water and electricity are cut off. If you want to help, experts say sending money is usually the best way. The New York Times has a list of organizations to donate to. You can find a link in today's show notes on thenewsworthy.com. All right, some other things to know today. The Time's Up organization that stemmed from the Me Too movement now has its first president and CEO. Her name is Lisa Borders. She's stepping down as president of the WNBA to take the new gig. She's also a former Coca-Cola executive and used to work in politics in Atlanta. She told Vanity Fair she'll be spending her first week taking a look at what's working and what isn't. Women in Hollywood first started the Time's Up group at the start of the year, and it expanded to other industries. It fights for equal opportunities and protection for women in the workplace. Big news from Amazon. That is great news for Amazon employees. They're about to get a pay raise. Amazon is raising the minimum wage for all U.S. employees to $15 an hour starting November 1st. And some people already making that much will also get a raise. Amazon says this affects more than 250,000 employees, including those at Whole Foods, which Amazon now owns, and part-time employees, plus another 100,000 seasonal workers. CEO Jeff Bezos admits he heard his critics loud and clear, and he decided to react to it. Critics have included Senator Bernie Sanders, who pointed out that in 2017, the median Amazon employee earned just less than $28,500 a year. Well, not anymore. Amazon says it'll now push Congress to pass a federal minimum wage of $15 an hour. Right now, it's less than half of that at $7.25. But the AP reports critics are worried this will just make it that much harder for smaller, struggling retailers who can't afford to pay employees more and stay in business. Get from NYC to Boston in just 36 minutes, or LA to San Francisco in less than an hour, and no need for airports or runways. That's at least what Boston's Transcend Air is promising for the year 2024. Travel and Leisure reports the company has been working on prototypes of an aircraft that flies like a commercial jet but takes off like a helicopter. So it can have a vertical takeoff and landing and is much quieter. Each aircraft would have 6 seats. Transcend Air says it plans to start test flights within the next 2 years. A quick break now to thank our new sponsor this week, Babbel. Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in the world. In fact, I just got back from a weekend in Mexico, and I so wish I knew how to speak Spanish. So I was really excited to partner up with Babbel because it is time for me to stop wishing and to start doing something about it, to start learning Spanish. Babbel is not only an effective way to learn, but it's also easy. The lessons fit right into your busy schedule. Just like this show is 10 minutes, Babbel has just 10 to 15-minute lessons available anytime, anywhere, and it syncs up across all of your devices, desktop, smartphone, and tablet. So you can always pick it up right where you left off, when, where, and how you want. There are no more excuses not to learn that language you have always wanted to know or prep for that upcoming international trip, because you can now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app for free. Babbel.com. Now, back to the news. Back to the talk of future travel, the world's first full-scale Hyperloop passenger capsule was just revealed in Spain. Hyperloop technology is meant to transport passengers at speeds of more than 750 miles per hour through magnetic tubes. So how about LA to San Francisco in just 30 minutes? That's the goal. Bloomberg reports the California startup Hyperloop Transportation Technologies showed off this new capsule and hopes to have its full Hyperloop system within 3 years. But there are actually several companies racing to make this a reality. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk was the first one to unveil his idea for a Hyperloop. Microsoft just announced several new Surface products, including a new version of its desktop computer called the Surface Studio 2 and several more products. TechCrunch points to 2 of the biggest surprises at yesterday's event. 1, the launch of new noise-canceling headphones that work with Microsoft's voice assistant, Cortana. And 2, a new pay monthly option called the Surface All Access Plan. This lets you get a Surface Go for basically $25 a month for 24 months, sort of like how you would pay for your cell phone. If you've had success with LASIK, you can thank a couple of the scientists who just won the Nobel Prize in physics. The AP reports their work with laser technology allowed for this new kind of eye surgery. It's Dr. Donna Strickland of Canada and Gerard Mourou of France. Dr. Strickland is only the 3rd woman to ever win the prize. A 3rd scientist also won this year for his work with laser technology. Scientist Arthur Ashkin from the U.S. invented so-called optical tweezers that can grab tiny particles like viruses without damaging them. He's now the oldest person to win a Nobel Prize ever. He's 96. And that's it. Thanks so much for listening. If you got value out of today's episode, please be sure to pass it on and share it with a friend or leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. And remember, if you want to read more about any of the news stories we talked about, just head on over to thenewsworthy.com, click episodes, and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning, so I'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.